All right, greetings everyone, and welcome to Champs Racing League. This is the Division 2, Race 2 at Austria. My name is Vince, joined here by Stars.
How's it going, guys? My name is Stars, and welcome. Yeah, like you said, this is Division 2, Round 2, Austria. At the end of the first race, we saw an exciting end to it, where it was, a crossover between the tires, the intermediates versus the softs. The softs just became the better tire within the last few laps. Serban caught Jazz at a passing for the win on the last lap of the race. Exciting to see what happens here. Now, Serban was a reserve driver, so Jazz still has the lead in the championship going into this race. Excited to see how he comes into this. I did talk to him a few hours before the race. He seemed kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. But that all happens. He's new to league racing. Jitters are gonna happen. I'm excited to see how he actually does, though.
Yep, I am too. So yeah, that last race was definitely a banger. And this race, I think the tires are going to play obviously a big portion just because Austria tears up some tires. So they're going to have to conserve or at least commit to a strategy for sure.
Now remember, guys, this is a 50% race, so strategy is a huge play in this. I'm curious if we're going to see anyone try the hard tire today.
Yeah.
I don't know. This game, it just does not seem to be a good tire to me.
Nope. The game does not like hard tires, but I could see if someone's right on the line, they've done some practicing, and it shows that maybe that hard gets them those 3 laps they need. That might be all they need. All right, so let's switch.
This is true. Also, a lot of newer drivers here today that we have not seen before. Almost every driver in this field is a Division 2 driver, which I love to see. I think the only one not are BKT and Acutes. Am I wrong? Everyone else is Division 2, right?
I would think so. I think we're actually a pretty straight Division 2 race for this one. BKT and the Coops. Yep, that's what I'm showing here as well.
No. First out on the track is the Williams of Hawk, I think, or I can't switch yet.
Yeah, I can't either. Hope we don't run into the same issue.
I hope not, too. I think it's as soon as when he gets out actually on the track.
Gotcha. Yep, because he's just still showing in pit. Okay, so then we got...
It's Frost.
Frost. Okay, there we go.
Did it let you switch to him?
Oh, can't do it either.
It also says lap 1 of 3. Well, this will be a reset, boys and girls.
Yep. Okay, well, it happened last time. It seems to be cursed here, so we'll stick with it.
Right side, this was the only bug of last time.
That's right.
For Division 2.
Division 2 seemed to be a little luckier.
We're not going to talk about Div 1. Ignore that race. That race never happened.
Yeah, we'll hope that doesn't happen again.
This typically only happens when somebody tabs out, though. That's anyone loading in, which is weird.
Yeah, and let's see. So it still shows everybody else in the pit. So let's take a look and see what people are saying in Discord, I suppose. Make sure I'm on that screen. Yep, still can't switch. Yeah, it still says lap 1 of 5, so kind of weird.
No, DNB, this is not 5 laps. This is a bug. It's a 50% race, but the lobby will get remade. Right now, only Frost is in the lobby, I think.
All right, so Frost has left.
Shockingly, usually it's the guy that gets in that is the bugged one.
There we go. Yep. So qualifying 17:48. Yep. So now that he's tabbed in and the AI is not in control, seems though everyone has gotten control. So let's see.
Usually the guy who was the first one in.
That's the problem.
It's the bugged one.
The little problem child. That's right.
And somebody on the end is coming out for qualifying. It looks like a Mercedes. That would be Jazza. First one out on the track. He's the only Mercedes in the lobby.
Yep, and I can switch to him. Okay, so we are back in action.
Oh, we can switch to him?
I can, yep.
Okay, cool. Yes. First one out on the track, grip levels will be lower, so I'm expecting a 104. for the first one.
Yeah, that would be a pretty decent first lap. Obviously, you're just gonna have to work off of that, but that would be my guess as well.
Cove's pilot joining him out on track is the second one.
Not wasting any time. Now today the forecast is just cloudy, so don't have to worry about catching, and just like last time, catching the slicks time period.
While we wait on him to get back, let me quickly read off the championship standings for you guys. Currently, we have Jazza sitting in P1 in our championship standings, followed by Beamer, Gibbs, Johanna, Attili, D-Man, Raindrop, Frost, Havoc, Lukai, Bestie, and might be Lucas. As everyone so far in Division 2, that is your standings going into this race.
So let's see, I think we can get that graphic on the screen here. Yes, so there we go. So for those of you watching at home can see what he's talking about there. And I will mention we are missing a couple people here from the standings. Nobody that yeah, so the only one with points that we're missing would be Kahuna. Well, he's missing out there. But. All right, back to the action.
Jazza may run into traffic depending on if the Red Bull and Ferrari don't decide to not go. But odds on he should have a clean track all the way around.
Yeah, but they paused at that last corner, but nope, looks like he's gonna have a clean track.
He's gonna nail these last two corners. Can make or break a lap, which
either invalidate or lose a bunch of time.
He's lucky not to invalidate there, but he's gonna get a one. Like I said, a 104.6. That's the respectable banker. The grip levels are low if you're the first one out on track. All right, next one across the line is Cove's pilot, and he's gonna run a 104.9. So we're still running 104s. And then everybody else is on an outlap.
Let's see. It looks like Senna's
the next one across?
Looks like it. If I'm not mistaken. Taking that last corner. 104.1.
Yep, 104.1.
There you go. And into the runoff area. Charlie across 106.5. Now, he did that on the medium, so that's an interesting tactic.
A 106. He's trying to start on the medium tire in the top 10. That tells me right now he doesn't care about pole. He wants top 10.
Yep, which is interesting. I like it, especially if you think I can't even make pole. Why not try 7th on mediums? It's always a good tactic. All right, so who we got coming out next? Is that?
I am currently on board with Beamer as he comes around into the final two corners.
So Rack Next has invalidated his lap. So yes, Beamer is the next that's going to be setting an actual time here.
A 106.2.
Interesting. Might have maybe run into some traffic I did not see. But
that is the
oh
only thing I can assume, because Beamer is way faster than that. Lukai with the 105s. I expect to see almost every one of these guys dip into the 104s. So some of the top guys dip into the 103s.
Yeah, and Cine, if he gets into the 103s, that would also not surprise me as well. Because he's one that can move up to Div 2, I think, at the halfway point.
Jazza has just been burning soft tires. He's already done 3 laps early.
Interesting. Yeah, he's invalidated that one. 3 laps on
I
those.
don't know if that's the same set of tires. He's not switched them.
So BKT comes across and improves his time just a bit. Cannot take Jack, though. Can't take Jazz's time for a second.
RFX Denny coming across the line to run a Never mind, he's going on to. He just started his flyer.
Gotcha.
I mean, he was flying like he was starting the finishing it.
He was moving.
Not gonna lie to you. Now Gibbs looks like he's doing the classic Gibbs strategy of not qualifying.
There you go.
He does that a lot. I've noticed.
Well,
He'd rather avoid that T1 incident at all costs.
And it definitely can work out in your favor. I will say that.
I will also say though, if you want to win one of these races, you almost gotta qualify in the top 3 though. Otherwise, those guys are just gonna pull away.
Yep, and we saw that with Jazza last time. He, obviously lost a couple spots there at the end due to the strategy, but let's see. We've got Frost across the line, 105.815 does not improve his time. So.
Wait, he got held up.
Gotcha.
Denny coming into the line on mediums, invalidates in the last corner. Would have been a 104.1 on mediums.
Oh no.
So Denny has the pace to do it.
Yep. Just got to put together the lap. So who is this out on the lap stopped on the turn? Oh, Frost letting him by. Okay.
One of the last drivers at a time, and never mind, he just invalidated. So Coots goes he said a 104.1, but it was invalid.
Invalidated.
Oh.
That was quite a big improvement off his first time.
Jazza coming out on the mediums.
Yep, gonna give the mediums.
Pilot is up. Skills Pilot is up 2/10. Going into sector 3, but he invalidated it. Alright, guys, somebody give me a lap that's not invalidate.
Who's that?
The guy that's on his out lap.
That Beamer. Invalidated. Who's behind him? Dini?
Alright, so the next lap that looks like it will come from Wakajan. Everyone else just started their lap.
Okay, let's on board with the Pakazin.
Oh, D-Man has joined us. So Jazz's teammate has joined the session.
There we go. Okay. Get through that corner.
Just kiss the apex. Be careful not to invalidate. Kind of missed that corner a little bit, but let's see if it hurts him. Cost him getting on the throttle just a little earlier. Jazza getting out the way.
Very careful with these corners.
Be a
Does not want
105.
to invalidate.
A 103.9. Oh my god,
Wow.
I feel so
Okay.
sorry, dude.
So he had, just like you said, he had more time in there. He was being very, very cautious, but really good control. All the exits were very well. Seemed as though he was braking a little bit more than he needed at certain points, but it seemed to me like he was just trying to be safe and went and put the fastest time. So, bravo. All right, who's behind them? Lukai across 104.662. That does not. That was invalidated. Okay, that's why.
Jazz is on a flyer on mediums. He was only 2/1000th of a second down on his fastest time.
That's interesting. If he can,
Through
if he
sector
can improve
1.
his time, yeah.
Still down to 2/1000th of a second and invalidate right there. That didn't invalidate.
No, he let off the gas just enough where it didn't validate him. But he would have lost a good amount of time from there.
Still improved.
Yep, improved. So improved with the mediums. If he just wants to sit on that, that might not be a bad idea.
It looks like he's going for a second flyer.
Yeah, he's still got his.
He didn't
ERS
slow
on.
down. He's still going. Almost faster.
Down to something.
Now, I was watching him do TTs before this. He can run a 103.
Took the apex nice.
Up 2/10.
Barely inside the track limits. These last two
I'm going to
corners.
these corners. The game was generous there.
Yeah, it was. I think the track limits might be on regular, as a matter of fact.
104.0 on the medium, sitting P2 in mediums.
So
I might take that if I'm in. Just sit out the rest of quali.
I might too. Save the rest of those tires. Yep. Let me take a
That's
look
it,
at
man.
something.
Slow it down. You can't get another flyer in. All right. Anyone else out here? Oh, BKT is up 4/10.
Nope.
From
Corner
what I
cutting
think I just saw.
Stingy is on strict. I just wanted to confirm that, and it is. Sorry, who's on a flyer?
BKT, I think it was up 4/10. I've read that right through sector 1. Which should put him around a 104.2 right now.
Very nice.
See if he can improve. And these are all mediums too, so he's trying the medium strategy as well. Now, I may be wrong, but I think we upped it to safety card, still up 2/10 to standard, not reduced now.
Okay, so hopefully that won't bug out then. That's good.
That and because for some reason the safety card just did not like Division 2. It just hated them.
That's right. It never came out last time, did it?
It didn't come out in any of the races we casted with them. Not a single one.
Yep, that's
A
right.
104.1 on the mediums.
Very nice.
Currently sitting on the second row on that medium tire.
So there's not a huge difference between the medium and the soft, at least for one lap pace, which is interesting to me.
In this division, no, but those softs can run 103.5s on these presets. So there is a difference. But currently on this grid, it doesn't look like it now.
Doesn't seem like it, does it? Cassini passes up to fourth, 104.142. I'm sorry, did I miss that? No, I'm wrong. So that was BKT that just went to fifth, not
Frost jumped to third is what happened.
That's it.
With the 104.8.
Okay.
104.08. Brain hurts.
Yep, I got
That
you.
was.
All right, let's see. Who else is
Charlie is up 9/10 to Heat. Never mind. He just completely bottled that corner.
Oh, totally went out, too.
Yep. Oh, wait, no, this is his out lap, I think. Or no, he's got 70% ERS lost.
Let's see, we're on board with Gibbs. It looks as though he might be on flyer.
Okay. Gibbs in our practice, 25%. Ran a 104.5. Let's see if he can improve on that.
And right now, that would put him in sixth, so...
I'll tell you right now, in our practice race, it put a 104.5 was 15th. Yeah, let that sink in for tomorrow.
Yeah. Good apex.
I think he's up a second, though. I think this might be his out lap.
Nope, yep, you're right. Out lap.
No, in lap. He's
in lap.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Sorry. All right, behind him. Let's see. Charlie's off. Looks like he's trying to shoot across to the pits there. Might have missed the pit entry.
I think he was trying to get out of Gibbs' way. He thought Gibbs was on a flyer and just swung out wide.
Yep. And then Lukai. Does Lukai look like he might be the next?
Yes, that's what I was about to say. I'm going to say it's... That was the biggest risk of invalidation I think I've seen all session.
Yeah, that was
him
really,
not getting back
close.
on track there. The game was benefiting him there.
Yep.
But this looks like... This is his second of the flyers because 21% ERS.
So 3/10 slower.
Oh, Rack next has a purple sector 1 coming into the final few corners.
Wow, 7.5 tenths too. That's a quick one. Puts him up to sixth. Wow.
His last two sectors were just not fast enough. Good sector 1. Cope's pilot might... He's on a second of 2 flyers, I think. He's going to do 2 and 1 on 5 lap old softs. So these softs are honestly I wouldn't want to qualify in these. These are towards the end of their life.
Yep.
Well, they're about a quarter away from their life on a 50%er, so
I think they
still.
last, what, 12 to maybe 12 laps? If
I
that.
was able to get, I think, 14 out of Brazil,
Okay.
but that's Brazil. So round 12, yeah, somewhere in that area.
Yep.
D-Man's
Nope.
starting his flyer now.
Okay, let's see where he's at there.
He just started it. I'm
Beautiful.
pretty sure it was at the end of it. Yep. Still 100% battery. Unless I'm bugged looking at him.
No, I'm showing 100% he has not used Zini unless he forgot
That's
to turn
probably
it on.
because he loaded in. No, it automatically turns on in quali. It's probably because he loaded in late. And it's just, one of the minor bugs in this game in spectator UI. But he's definitely on a flyer the way he's pushing.
Yeah, for sure.
And these tires are 0 laps old, so yeah, this is
A little bit
Gibbs.
of traffic. Gibbs around Gibbs.
Almost away there.
Yeah.
Misses that apex. That's going to cost him a couple tenths. Now, I know D-Man's faster than 105.9.
I do too.
But I don't think he's going to improve by
The
much, but he did improve.
Yep. Does not put him up higher in the standings, though.
He's going for a second flyer, though. Frost DNF'd out of the session. I didn't see what happened, but you see him just sitting there right around this corner.
Yeah, so
and another
take a
crash.
Look as he goes around.
The Aston Martin of Charlie sticks it around coming through that hairpin. Him and driver DMB, he just decides, I'm not going to set a lap. I'm going to drive from the back.
Yeah.
Came in late, so that's, Quali is officially over. Can D-Man improve his time and get himself out of P15? He's up a 10th currently. Misses that apex yet again.
Ooh.
And invalidates right there.
Yep. So let's see who's still out there.
I don't know if Akut's got his time in or not.
Charlie's not faster.
In news, Akut's goes to 103.7. How did we miss that?
I don't know, but he was that just this last lap? Because yeah, we definitely missed that. That puts him well on pole position by almost a full 2 tenths there.
I want to say he's the last one on track. Doing one more flyer.
103.775. So same time. Was that exactly what he just had? That's weird.
That's weird. It showed us his time, but showed us him driving to that time.
Interesting.
It's like the game knew. We're all predicting it's rigged.
That's it. All right, so Quali's over there. What'd you think about that?
Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that Coots comes out in P1, but what shocks me is there's not more drivers to dip into the 103s.
I'm a bit surprised by that too, but Jazza was really close. Frost was really close.
If Jazza chose to do softs, knowing that he ran a 104.01 mediums, he would have dipped in the 103s.
Yeah. But that's strategy.
From the looks of that, we get a pretty, with the top 10 or so all within a second of each other, pretty tightly compacted field. All that could have been, you ran into a little bit of traffic, you just missed one apex, and it dropped you 3 spots.
Yep. Anything could happen. All right, let's hope for good loading for everyone here.
Right. Come on, Rack next. We believe in you.
Oh, yep. Cine is gone. Denny has been kicked. Hopefully he gets back in.
And he has a habit of that. Like, I swear that's not the first time I've seen that happen to him.
Interesting. Oh, maybe Rackneck's holding it up. We'll help him back in.
Right? Right next, if you're tabbed out, tab back in, my guy. I know you can't hear me because if you're new and you don't know you're being casted, but tab back in.
There you go.
I've learned that a lot of the guys listen to us while racing.
Yeah, that would, I don't know, that would make me nervous, but I hope you guys are.
I learned that.
If you guys are listening, good luck.
Yeah, I
Very
went in their
tight
VC
field.
before.
Is this an early morning or a late evening race? Interesting.
I thought it was just supposed to be cloudy overcast, but you're right. It does look like that's morning dusk, I think.
Yep, it's a morning
The fog,
fog.
that's morning.
All right, here we are waiting for players. Keep those fingers crossed,
Look at
folks.
the lovely pit road. You know, you got the Williams box, you got Alpha Tauri, you got Alfa Romeo. Oh, bullet! Well, look at the design.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
The amount of times we see this screen.
Yeah.
I do like that. I've never noticed before that they actually add your names on your pit box.
That's a nice touch. All right. It looks like we loaded in.
And we are away with the formation lap.
Let's see. Did everybody make it in? Let's see. Driver, D-Man. Cindy was the one having issues. Looks like he might be in. Rack next. Okay, so good deal.
D-Man disqualified instantaneously from the formation lap.
Interesting.
Something tells me he thought it was probably the launch of the race and went and hit the guy in the back. And it just tapped him in the back.
Yeah, that could happen, yep. So we did decide that Akoots and BKT are the only two Div 1 drivers here. Everybody else is fighting for points. Am I correct in that?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
There are, I think, a few reserves.
So not actually
pretty
set
much. And they're only reserves because they have not chosen a seat yet, I think.
Okay.
I know Racknex chose is new to the Discord, came in I think 30 minutes before the race starts. He just had not chosen a seat.
Okay.
So as of now, he's a reserve, but I think he will choose a seat and get his points moved over. So I think he will be a regular driver.
Okay.
But as far as I think everybody else is, this is the drivers.
This is it. Well, good.
We're getting close to a 20 car field here.
Yep. Div 2 is ramping up. That's good. Good to hear.
Ooh, what? There's drama in the back with a Red Bull. What happened?
I'm not sure. He's
Why
holding
aren't they
everybody up,
going?
though.
He spun. I'll tell you that much because cars passed him. Because Beamer, I think, qualified like P6 somewhere up there.
Yeah, so I think the computer still doesn't make you lose those positions, obviously, but still not good for him.
Dicted strategy for Beamer specifically, I guess, because he's on mediums. One stop or a two stop? I think the two stop will be faster, especially if safety cars. Because I'm expecting to happen.
With a safety car, I do believe the two stop is quicker, but without a safety car, it's hard to say.
Alrighty, as all the drivers are on the grid, 5 red lights, and we are underway with the CRL Round 2 Canadian Grand Prix. Here we go, down into one. The two Alpines leading it off 1 and 2. They're side by side going to have McLaren just going to wipe out. Oh, Big Wreck leading back. The two Haas's have taken each other out. Frost and BKT are already out of this race. Seeing that such a launch, and we're already under safety car. Seeing that such a launch and just took out Frost, which then collected BKT leading into it. A couple penalties going to be given out to the guys in the back. My money is that's for avoiding the wreck and hitting somebody else.
Most likely, that's a fair
Just
bet.
unfortunate, and if I were them, I would appeal that because if it's true what happened and you were avoiding a wreck, appeal that, and we will probably let the stewards of our Discord determine if you deserve that 5-second penalty or
That's
not.
right.
If you don't serve it in pit lane before the end of the race.
Yep. So yeah, it looks like Jazza dropped a spot. Cindy's up 2 spots, and Charlie is up 5 spots on that start. So probably was it just in the perfect position to take advantage of that wreck. And of course, Akut and Pakazin have not given up
I
their
hate.
1 and 2 position.
I'm gonna be blunt about it. I'm gonna say it. I do believe that wreck fully falls on Cinna.
Is that right? So I did not actually see
He
the
got
start of it. I only
such a
saw the
good
end.
launch from like P6 or wherever he was.
Mm-hmm.
As he came up, he tried to dart to the inside of the 2 Alpines that were side by side. Completely wipes out VKT, which then collects Frost, causing them both to be out the race.
I see. So then,
Like,
yeah, that's going to be something they'll
sideswiped
have to
him
look at.
straight into the inside wall. And why are we racing? EMG gets another 5-second penalty.
Severe collision with Kobe's pilot.
Me. If Beamer in 15 seconds of penalties are already, he's looking at maybe a disqualification if he doesn't, calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, already 15 right off the bat. That's not a good start to a race when you got 36 laps and a 50%.
I also hope this is a spectator bug. I'm noticing some people on lap 2 and some on lap 3.
Interesting.
I'm hoping it's just spectator and these guys don't actually see that. Because no one chose to pit, I don't believe, right? Or did some people come in?
I have not seen. Let's take a look at stops. D-Man's the only person that stopped on the field.
All right, so he must have just bumped into the rear of somebody coming in. Which sucks because if one of the guys got 5 seconds of penalty, it's probably because they were on the brakes to avoid it and D-Man just nudged them in the rear. Which will give you, the driver on his brakes avoiding the wreck, the penalty.
Yep.
We should be going green the next time by. I don't know why they kept them all. Oh, Red Bull in the pits.
Yeah, I didn't see the message yet, and obviously we're just now passing the line, so they should
They
bring him in.
That's their second time around. They should have. The field was all there. Honestly, the Red Bull had Mafaru.
So he went ahead and pitted, but he was already there, so it shouldn't have held it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was there. He got lucky that they're letting him get another lap. Yeah, I really hope this interval thing is only bugs for our perspective.
Yeah, the 8th and 9th positions.
Oh, I'm showing P2 a minute behind P1.
Okay, so mine on my screen, Gibbs and Lukai are the ones.
I see that too, but I also have P2 a lap down, which it's definitely bugs it in our eyes. That's
okay, so yeah, then I don't actually show P2 being down. So some sort of a bug there. Yeah, so interesting to say.
Bug, it's fine.
Yep, should sort itself out. Usually it does. If not, then we've got the record here of how the race is going. But Denny and Lukai are both on hard. I did not notice that on the start. So
they pitted then. If they're on hards, they pit it.
It's interesting.
Because no one was on hards off the start.
And it's not showing that they stopped. It's still only showing D-Man.
2 laps of hards. They started on hards. They go on hards to soft. Are they one-stopping this?
It must be, and they're trying to bank on that because, like I said, I don't think the hards last more than maybe 2 laps more than the medium, if not 3. But they are just a lot slower. So we'll see.
And the field is in Akut's hand. Whenever he wants to launch, does he launch late or early? And he's going. He's going to go early. Ken Pocket are seeing challenge him down into the first corner. Scene's going to try to go be inside. They're not going to take it. They're all going to, looks like cycle through T1, nice and clean. Single file as we head down into technically turn 3, because they count this little bend here, turn 2. To the hairpin. Pac's going to look at it. They're going to go too wide through it. Not going to get the job. Are they still side by side? No, he's going to clear him.
Right behind him. But that was really close. Let's see.
That was a lunge. That could have
Jazz
hurt
has
him.
lost a few spots to Charlie and Rack next. Charlie has moved up even more.
Cena and Ratnex too wide coming through there. Ratnex is going to get the better of him. They cycle back through the field. Nothing, no real interesting thing is happening. Oh, too wide, Charlie.
Cine gets past Rack next there.
Ratnex and Senna are really going at it. They swapped positions twice during that. Jazz is going to look up the inside maybe, but he's on the mediums. He is not on the faster tire at this moment, so they should have the advantage just to get away from him there. Oh, who was that just bent it? Charlie going to bend it off the wall, come back onto the racing line though. All good though. He gets it through without hitting anybody.
And after that, such a great start. That's really unfortunate.
Honestly, he doesn't have what looks like crazy front wing damage, but he definitely has something.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at his car, both side plates and the front wing are still on that car.
Racknex is making a move on.
And Senna's still going at it. These two want Pete. These two really want to battle for P. But notice their battling is allowing those two Alpines to just drive away from this race.
Yep. They're going to pull away and most likely work together there.
You would hope to see that, but considering that Coots is a reserve, they probably are not in any type of communication. Like,
That's true. There might not be that teamwork. Right. Yep.
Old DRS is open. Ratnex is going to get him here with the DRS finally coming open. Jazza might even get a look up the inside. No, he's going to think better of it.
Coming around the outside.
Second verse, same as the first. Flip it around and give it the DRS back to Senna. Can he get down the inside? But it looks like unfortunately, Senna did not get a good run off the hairpin. I don't know what happened to Beamer, but he fell way behind, and we're coming up on him already. Both Red Bulls struggling in this race.
We got another fight back here for sixth. Driver and Denny. Driver is really working on Denny back here.
Both on the alternate strategy, too. This is fourth position in the race. Both might be trying to one-stop it on two different compounds of tires. DRS going to be opening up, going down the front stretch. 106, Ratnex fastest lap of the race. We're going to see an overtake. It's going to be on the straight. Never mind. Driver gets a little loose going.
That was a nice save.
Very, very nice save. Problem is now Gibbs might even look up the inside because of that error. Nope, Gibbs going to think better of it. Oh, wait, we have a safety car. What happened?
Let's see. It looks like D-Man's out.
D-Man. Okay, I see it back there now.
Yep, so just at the exit of turn 1. And yeah, it looks like his race is over.
That safety car is going to save Beamer and all this.
Yeah, because they were about to get lapped, and yeah, that's going to keep them from being a lap down. So that was really fortunate for them for sure. Now, will we see anybody pit here? I don't think so, but
I think you might see some of the soft tire guys, switch this to a two-stop.
Yeah, maybe even Kobe's pilot. That might be.
Maybe even two-stop it with two sets of softs. It looks like, the leader's going to come in.
Yep. So
the leader coming in with that trigger the rest of the field. Oh, Alpine double stacking. This is going to hurt a Coots.
Yeah, this is going to be rough. So obviously the hard medium drivers are staying out.
All right.
It looks like Jazz is pitting too as well.
Hey, both Alpines onto the medium compounded tires. Jazza went back to a second set of mediums, so he's going to try to run those mediums so he can get to a soft stint run.
Yep.
And go soft to the end. Now, if you get another untimely safety car about middle race, then you got a decision to make. Because he has to run another compound, so he either has to go to hards or soft.
He is not
so
yet.
Unfortunately, if we get another safety car like, around lap 16 or 17, what does he consider the hards or the softs? At that point, he's gonna have to make a decision.
Yeah, and the softs would be really hard from there. They would still be pretty quick, and you might be able to make
At the
them
end of the
last to
race,
the
you're
end.
going to be 2 seconds lap slower to anyone else on any
Yep.
other compound.
You'd have to really pull ahead or be in a good position where everyone else is pitting and you pull ahead. So, yeah, that would be a really tough one.
Which is why I almost, if I was Jazz, I might not have pitted under the safety car.
Yeah, it's just an oddly timed. It's a hardly timed. What was the word?
Yeah,
It's very
exactly.
difficult.
It's in that rough spot. But notice the 2 hard tire drivers said we're not coming in. It's not our strategy. Same thing with driver. They're all going for the one stop.
Yep.
They're going to hope to just hold up the field enough. They know they're not going to hold these positions. The guys behind them on softer tires going to get it through them. But can they hold them up for a couple of laps to guarantee that?
Yep, just enough.
And Fiend came back out on soft tires. So that tells me Fiend is going to go to hards.
I think
He
so.
almost has to from this point. Now, if he goes to mediums, I'd say he's going to have to pit around lap 20-something.
To make it worth it, yeah.
He's another one. Did he start on softs?
Let's see if I can. I don't think we can pull that up, can we? Only one stop.
Oh, wait, look at the race director. Yes, we can.
There you go.
Let's
Take
see.
a look at that.
Soft. So, yeah, he has to run another compound.
Interesting. Safety car in this lap, so we'll be a go. Let's look at.
Currently 3 drivers out of his race. D-Man, Frost, and BKT. What sucks because Frost and BKT didn't really get a shot before T1. It happens though, race, you know?
Yep. Let's see what this is an interesting place to start. Austria restart is always hard for me anytime I've led these. And let's see, he's just going.
You got to make the decision. I think of him being on old hards, he should have launched at near the line, not off the corner.
And driver's right on him.
And that's the reason I say that. He's on the lesser preferred tire and on an old, not really an old tire for the hard, but a slower tire.
Slower tire, that's
If he'd have launched later, he could have caught him off guard and got to the corner cleanly.
Yep, so driver gets around him pretty easily at that.
Switchback? Oh, he just didn't have the angle to get the switchback. And we're going to have a Charlie in the wall back there.
Oop.
Lost his entire front wing,
Yep.
but
Completely
still
lost
in the
it.
race.
We got some switching back here. Cine and Lukai really fighting. And Jazza coming up on the inside trying to take advantage of their fight.
Holy, almost 3 wide into a corner you don't even really want to be 2 wide into.
Not Austria.
Charlie is out of the race, just could not hold on to that car without the front wing, unfortunately.
So it doesn't look like a safety car.
No, there's no other car around him enough, I guess, for the game to trigger it.
Right.
We come down into the hairpin. Looks like a Coots is maybe looking up the inside. But thinks better of it, but he's gonna get up the inside of Lukai here coming down to it. Lukai on 10 lap old hards. Like I said, he's gonna fall back through the field, but that's just his strategy. Lukai maybe on the switchback.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's going to get him even looked at by Racknex. Racknex there around 2 thinks better of it and just gives him the corner. DRS should be enabled this lap. Which, seen with DRS, will probably make quick work of packages in. Oh, he's
Yep,
going to
so
make
there's
quick work of him
DRS.
now for a new fast lap of 106.0. Squeezes him a little to the outside. He's going to get a clean line. DRS is active this lap. Can Scene hold him off. Jazza getting blocked. They're going to look around the outside. The too wide through the hairpin.
Wow, that was
Denny
a
and Jazza, they're still there. They're both going to get DRS. But I think the mediums might just edge him out a little bit better down through here. Maybe not. Denny making his 11-lap tires. Old hards look like they can somewhat hang in there.
Yep.
Where somebody like Lukai is just really falling back through the field. Which Acutes gets around Lukai. Lukai is kind of holding up the back of that field. You can't just pass anywhere on this track. You got to bid your time.
That's right.
Jazza now begins to look forward. Our championship leader looking forward to P4, trying to catch the podium positions. He is in DRS range, but can he get there enough before, sooner or later Scene's tires are going to fall off, and so if Jazza just kind of bids his time here, he will get promoted into the podium position. But oh my God, Pocketon just loses it. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened there either.
I was on board with Jazza, and it just looked like there was a snap and he overcorrected it into the wall. He definitely has front wing damage. They're gonna beam her off a 105.
He's trying
Unfortunately,
to catch up.
he is not in the top 10, so that will not score him a point.
No, he's on those fresh softs, just trying to catch up to everybody.
He's a lap down.
Yeah.
I think that is an actual lap down too, not. I expect Pocketon to come back out on the hards and go to the end. That, I think, is a call I would make.
Yeah, so let's see. There's Pocketon in the stops. That was in the pit. That's his first stop, if I'm not mistaken. So the people that have
he
not
stopped into the safety car.
Okay. So driver is not pitted. Denny has not pitted, at least from what I'm showing. And then Lukai is making his first pit stop.
Yes.
Pocketon is
so far, the only
drivers
not the pit are driver, DMB, and which driver is making good work of his medium, still holding on to almost a second lead over Scene.
Yeah, and he's up 15 on the race. So quite a jump.
So eventually, if you're looking at net positions right now, you have Scene P1, Jazza P2, Acoots P3. If you're looking at maybe not even Acoots P3, maybe Denny P3 because it's hards. I fully believe he intended to drive that car to lap 24 or 5 and then switch on to the softs.
Yes.
Lots of penalties being handed out in the top 3. Driver DMB getting a 3-second. Jazza getting handed a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, really starting to push those tires and going a little wide here.
Gibbs getting handed a 3-second penalty. I think Jazza's trying to push a little too hard to catch up the Scene, personally. For example, he just completely missed the corner.
Yep, you're going to tear your tires up that way.
Scene is up on the rear end of driver DMB. This is P1 on track. Now, old Scene just almost loses it on that inside curve coming through these two sweeping left-handers.
Yeah, you can see the intensity of the drive just in the onboard.
These next two DRS sections, how much ERS has driver saved? He has 41. He has a good bit to hold off for at least this lap. Scene the driver just not get a good exit?
Looked like because he did not launch out very well.
No, not at all. He's going to stick it and hold it around the outside. And Scene is going to be promoted into P1. Jazza just watching from behind.
Yeah, so driver slid just a bit and just did not get a good release. And then, of course, Cine's got
We are
the
15 laps into
DRS.
this meeting. And probably around 40 to 50% by this point.
Yep.
Jazza's gonna bid his time. I say just wait till the next DRS straight, Jazza. Just don't jump the gun. Let driver bring you straight back into the DRS range so when you pass him.
Right.
Jazza's looking at more penalties. He keeps doing that.
Yep.
Blue guy gets handed a 3-second penalty for track warnings. Back limits. Driver gonna go back at it for too wide on to Cini. He's gonna get it.
He did.
He's gonna
He spun a little bit, but he got it. Good release.
On 16 lap tires, he compromises Cine's exit and
Wow.
almost gets a second lead out of it too. Just really secured himself for at least the rest of this lap. Meanwhile, Jazz is just getting a nice old watch at the battle for P1.
Yeah, he's got the best view in the house.
Hey, that could work out if he's sitting there just saving his tires, watching these two drive,
Yep.
knowing they both have to pit.
We got another battle for fourth back here as well. Denny Akoots and Rack next. So Rack next looks like he's really been working on Akoots back here. Gonna have a DRS coming up. And they both got DRS, Akoots and Rack.
Denny on these 17 lap old hard tires is, a key pace.
I agree.
Thing is, he's gonna put on salsa at the end of that race, and that gap is not big enough to keep, if he's quick enough, him back.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see when they finally do pit Driver and Denny.
Every driver still in this field has to pit at least one more time. I'm curious on how long Driver. Cine's going to re-overtake Driver for P1.
Yeah, he's not giving up that easily.
And the Driver's going to go back in for
really
it, down
close
into the right-hander. Too wide coming through. Driver's going to think better of it and just back out of it, wait for the DRS. Smart move. No sense in risking your car here sitting in P2. Let the strategy do its thing. I might even have closed DRS and waited to pass him after this corner, personally.
Driver gets past.
Driver going to wiggle off the corner yet again. He's not going to get exits from there.
Great battle for first here.
Down the outside, Driver's going to squeeze him to the outside, make sure he compromises his exit. Who got DRS?
Cine. Cine got the DRS on that.
Did. Okay.
Swinging way around. Looks like Jazza makes that move for second as well.
Yep.
Just gets past.
Thing is, Driver got in an unfortunate spot where he's the only one without DRS there.
Yep.
And just both drivers were too close and just drove past him. Now, all this battling allowed Akoots to come back in almost within a second. They were 2 seconds behind these guys.
That's right.
These three keep battling. This 4, 5, and 6 might put themselves in the picture.
Nope, and Driver's diving in the pits.
Dive it in.
The lap 19.
What he does here tells me if he's two-stopping or not.
Yep.
If this is hard, it's a one-stop. Softs, it's a two-stop.
Yep. Softs.
It is softs.
Let's see what he can make up some
He's
time.
going to maybe two-stop. Now, if he stretches those tires 16 laps, all the credit to him.
Yep, I agree.
Now, you say that, Cine has driven these tires 11 laps and still holding off the medium tire runners.
Yeah, let's take a look at his next lap time and see how that's faring with everybody.
Jazz another 3-second time penalty.
That's going to hurt him at the end. Kobe's
Goes
pilot.
3 second. Almost everyone in the field has a time penalty, though. So might not hurt him as much as we think.
A 107.2.
So
So
about a
not,
second off the fastest lap.
I'd say, what is it? 1 point. Let's see what the fastest lap is. Where is it? Yeah, shoot. Fastest lap. There we go. 106.6 is his fastest. So yeah, about a second. A little over a second. 105.8 is the fastest lap set by Beamer, and he is in the top 10 now.
We do have one driver on 14 old softs. 14 lap old softs. So maybe, just maybe, Beamer can go to the end. Not Beamer. Wasn't Beamer? Driver can go to the end. Yep. Gibbs pits for softs as well.
Lukai putting on the mediums back there.
Now Lukai is definitely going to the end.
Coots and Jazz are battling up here.
Team's still running consistent 107, but he's still a second off his fastest lap. So he is hurting. And I didn't see what happened to Jazzo, but
he just dumped into the pits.
He's pitting. Okay. Now Ratnack's gonna look at a Coots coming into the hairpin. Will he try it? Will he dive in and in? He thought about it, thought better of it. Driver DMB is gonna set the fastest lap of the race with a 105.4. So he is quick on those tires.
Yep.
And he's only 12 seconds back from the leader. And the leader has to pit, so driver will retake the lead. What I think is a significant bit, because he's gapped Jazza by about 4 seconds.
A lot.
And Jazza was right there with him.
Yep.
That undercut was powerful, even though if it was only for a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's really going to come out in his favor.
But they are both on the softs. It's going to matter who can stay consistent fast.
Yep, and who doesn't push these tires too much to where by the last lap or two they're slipping around everywhere. So our Coot's still working on rack necks there, both on 14 lap old mediums.
Yep, and let's see where Scene's going to come out of pit lane. Going to come out. Oh,
is that right? Over 5 seconds behind driver?
Yeah, he's a driver gapped them.
Wow, that really worked out.
Jazza even got jumped by RFX Denny there.
Yeah, he did. Interesting.
A lot of different strategies. This field just went from really tight and compact to actually very spread out.
Yeah, weirdly enough.
Now, theoretically, I got to look at the director. Both of these guys in P1 and 2, I think, can go to the end. Yep, they both use both different compounds.
Wow. Nope, and Akutz is diving into the pits.
If Ratnax wanted to risk it, because he knows it's his only shot at winning, he could risk it.
I might risk it. I might. I don't know.
But then you're asking these tires to do 25 laps.
That's insane. That's a lot of laps.
I don't know if they could do it. Maybe the hard could do it, but honestly, if Ratnax wants a shot of a podium, he needs to dive it in like now for softs. Maybe go another lap to make it, 10 laps, but just you need to dive it in soon.
Yeah.
Don't let driver DMB get much closer to you.
Yep. So we saw how powerful this undercut is. The overcut is not going to work, I don't think.
Now, I don't know the time for the pit stops at Austria, but don't know where to predict him to come out at. But you're right, seeing 5 seconds to driver DNB, and they pit it within a tenth of each other.
Wow.
And Jazza's just stuck behind the field, even farther back. Ratnack's going to pick up a 3-second time penalty. Trouble. Now, at this rate, judging by how fast he's catching him, if he stayed out, if he can make it to the end. Driver DMB would get there, I think, the lap before the white flag lap.
Yeah, by what his current pace, yes.
Field is extremely spread out, like except with the exception of 3rd through 6th.
Yeah, they're together, but it's not like it was just a moment ago.
Jazza is threatening Coots, though. He's within a second. He's the only one in DRS range in that area. Driver DMV, what are the penalties like? Let me look at this real quick.
Yeah, he just got another one. The driver's got 9 seconds worth of penalties. Rack's got 6. So that is something to consider. Now, did Rack just dive into the pits?
0.
So Rack just dove into the pits. And so driver is now ahead. 9 seconds worth of penalties. Cine has
Rack
none.
next is going to come out right at the end of this Jazza train. So right now, Senna would win this race.
Correct. And Dini,
honestly,
is not looking too bad either. 2-lap-old softs.
If this race finished on this lap, driver DNB would drop almost out of the podium.
Yep.
Because the Cruz has 3 seconds, so it's really a 6-second penalty there, and he would drop to
6th. Yeah, driver would drop to 6th with 9. Oh no, I'm sorry, Jazza has 6. Sorry, Jazza has 6th.
Yeah.
Yep. And Jazza has 9.
Just got 9 seconds.
Well, no, that eliminates that. So yeah, he would drop back to 4th.
The Cruz is catching him one way or another. He is coming up on him.
Yep.
And that is a difference of 4-lap tires. Driver might have dove it in a little too early. Denny gonna pass Cine for P2, I'm sorry, on the newer softs. So he's gonna make a run for the win of this race. RFX Denny, I think this is his first showing in this league. But Cine gonna come right back at him.
Doesn't want to let it go.
Now, all this aside, even if Cine wins this race, Cine might be facing penalties from our stewards
for the lap 1
due
incident.
to the first lap incident.
Yep.
So even if, for anybody who doesn't know how this league works, even if you don't get a time penalty in race, it gets reported. Our stewards in our Discord can add time penalties onto your race if we think it's deserved.
So Denny's in a really good position here.
Denny and Cine just need to be careful not to get a penalty, and they're both. This essentially is the battle for the win.
Agreed.
Right here, this battle for P2.
And there's a Coots. Now, how much penalties does Coots have here? He's got just 3 seconds. Not too bad.
3 seconds. No, it's not horrible at all. He's looking at threatening taking driver DMB outside of it, and RFX Denny is going to get the switch back onto Cine and take P2, really net P1 in this race at this moment. Which, to anyone out there that tells you don't, sometimes just being safe and avoiding penalties is the fastest way to do it.
That's right. Keeping your head calm, cool, and collected.
I will say driver DMB is going to be ridiculously slow at the end of this race. He's asking for 16 laps out of these softs.
Yep. You can see they're already gaining on him just a little bit.
I don't expect him to finish net P1.
Cine getting Denny back. Now Coots wanting a taste too.
He's going to keep trading DRSs, and he's going to squeezed up the inside, but he's already up there. Yep, and he's going to retake that position straight back. Unfortunately, Akuchis has to sit back and watch his battle.
There's just not a spot. Yep.
This is not a track for anything 3 wide. They're going to go hanging around side by side, wheel to wheel through even this section. Oh, Kahoot's going to look for it himself. Going to also take advantage of some, compromised line through the double left.
So it does look like some glitching. Cine just left the session. He is now an AI. That's why he's dropping back so much.
Oh, okay.
So something just happened. That's why he's losing so much time so quickly.
Okay. That makes sense then.
So Denny is driver's still pulling away. Actually, looked like they were gaining on him, but due to that fight, looks like driver pulled back and gained another 4/10 on the field.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying anything right now. My spectator's lagging like crazy. I don't know what's happening.
Understood. I'm sure it's unfortunately the game. So it looks like Rack Next has passed Cine's bot. Jazza has now moved forward as well. So Cine's bot is moving back a lot. So that is really unfortunate. If he's able to come back in, he's lost a lot of positions. So Coots has now taken Denny for that second place
Coots
position.
is a reserve driver, so wherever he finishes, his points will go to a different leaderboard, like a reserve leaderboard.
That's right. Because he's a Div 1 driver.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you are the Div 2 driver for Williams, or Alpine, what is he? Alpine, you're loving life, because how it works is reserve drivers' points count to constructor, but not driver championships.
So yeah, you want these points.
Even with these 3 seconds penalties, Denny, just sit here. Just sit behind him. You don't need to pass him.
Yep. Stay in the DRS zone. Gibbs with another 3-second time penalty.
Gibbs looking like he had a little bit of a rough race sitting. I don't know what happened. I didn't know if I noticed anything happened to Gibbs. I think maybe he just got behind some of the incidents. Got put behind, just lost DRS. I didn't think it happened back there.
Let's see. Got a nice battle for 7th back here. Got 12 seconds worth of penalties, though.
Around the outside, they're going to...
Nice little move.
That was confident, but track limits. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm sure he got a warning. I don't think we see the warnings on our screen.
No, we don't, unfortunately.
Maybe it was worth it to him. I don't know. Only he knows how many warnings he's on right now.
I mean, Cobes is, once again, chill. You got 9 seconds from him. He can pull away.
Okay, so it does look as though Cine is back in business, has reconnected. Looks as though he's back in control, and he's making his charge back up. So we'll see how that works out. But Denny is playing the smart game here. Sticking right there.
Well, Denny's only 4 seconds away from the leader with a 9-second time penalty. I mean, and only 4/10 off the guy in front of him with a 3-second time penalty.
That's right.
Sitting in P3 is technically net P1 on track at the moment.
That is net P1 right now. He is our net winner right now.
Three laps to go here in round 2, Canada. This looks like the race of penalties. Can Denny hold on and just keep this position? JS Martha is just going to pick up another 3-second time penalty in the back, putting him at 15 seconds. So which means he'll even lose a spot to Gibbs at this point.
Right. I will say, I think Denny definitely reads the writing on the wall here and is getting real close at the end of the DRS straights and not attempting a pass at all.
Oh, 100%. He knows he don't need to risk his car whatsoever.
So I like the driving here. I'm really impressed with that. I really like that. And especially getting through a race like this with no penalties.
Especially if something were to happen to Denny right now. Who? I do not know how to pronounce his name. Would win the race.
Right. That's correct. So if Denny makes some sort of a mistake and gets a 3-second penalty, Akoots would be the winner.
But I don't even see Denny getting anywhere near the curbs. He's just
He knows what he's
even
doing.
right here. He's not using any ERS. He could have got there. He's within the usually about 3 or 4 tenths, especially after the start finish line straight. They overtake respectfully. But
Yeah.
he's not using any ERS, not pushing it. 68% ERS. He knows what he needs to do here. He can see the penalties in front of him. Jazza picking up another time penalty.
12 seconds.
Pretty much just secured himself there in P6, though.
Yep.
As long as he doesn't pick up any more.
Because he's everybody else behind him's got a good amount of penalties, and they're 12 seconds behind him. So yeah, he's just solidified there. But I'd say this performance from Denny, as Christian Horner would say, is clinical. It's a clinical race right now. He knows exactly 100%. What to do.
Now, Driver had the strategy to win this race, but unfortunately, penalties is not going to do its best for him.
Penalties will get you. And honestly, this really goes to show it, because with even one penalty, Denny is not taking the win here. It is literally down to him not picking up any penalties. And of course, strategy and good driving. But that's what's given him the potential for a win here.
That is why I'm labeling this. I'm going to label this race the battle of the penalties.
That's it.
Can Denny stay clean for one more lap and win round 2 of CRL Division 2 Austria Grand Prix? 1 lap to go. White flag will be waved. Driver DNB DNF'd on the front straight.
And I don't have that on my screen. I don't even see where his car is.
I don't know what happened. It looks like he's in pit lane.
Retired in pits. Okay. Interesting.
Did he disqualify or something?
I'm not sure, but he is in the pit lane. So we've got the battle here.
And he don't risk it.
This is...
Actually, I think Akoots is letting him through.
You know what? He wants the on-track win. And that is...
Akoots let him through.
Wow.
Because Akoots knows no matter what, he's getting P2. But he definitely pulled aside and let him through. I respect it.
Now, would that be our first bro move of Division 2? Because I think that...
I would say so, too. That is definitely a bro move.
Denny spins out.
Oh, no! He spins it, Denny. No, he's going to spin on the last lap. Akoots is going to win this race.
I think he got hit. He got hit by Cinny. Cinny DNFs.
Oh, no. Drama on the last lap.
Wow. So Denny coming through with a second finish because of that. Now, how old were his tires? Is that from...
Denny pit was one of the last hits on softs.
13-lap-old softs.
I think he just stepped on it and touched that inside curb a little too much on that lap.
Too much curb.
Now, I will say something that will probably need to be addressed. During all that you saw, when Denny spun out, he reset the track.
Right.
That's actually in our rules. That's a no-no. So he will suffer a penalty for that. Odds on he will fall maybe down to P3 in the order.
Yeah, because
depending on the time penalty they want to give him for it.
Yeah.
So I'll say that saved him probably about 3 to 4, almost 5 seconds.
Yeah. It's not a good look. Yeah, it's just not a good look.
So, but Jazz is 10 seconds, almost 6 seconds out. So if I see him falling, he'll probably still keep his podium. But unless they want to throw on more penalties, because him resetting the track is the reason he hit Senna.
Exactly.
So he resets straight on the racing line with no ghosting.
It's a multiple incident type deal. But Denny with the driver of the day obviously made a hell of a race, but the last lap kind of puts a bad stamp on the end of that, and that's really unfortunate. You hate to see it.
It sucks. It looked like we were going to see a nice friendly gesture, let him finish on track in the lead. And then But Akut's Racing is racing. Congratulations on your race win. And P3 went to, I saw with all the drama,
But let's take a look.
Rack next. It went to Rack next, I believe.
Rack next. Wow. So let's go ahead and grab this here. Alrighty. Well, that was quite a race.
Yes, it was. Drama all the way down to the last lap.
And it really is unfortunate. I feel for Denny because he did a really good, clean race. And I'm now, hopefully we'll be able to talk to him as well just to see what happened.
He was clean for 99%.
That's right. But 1%, that'll be the one to get you.
That's all that matters in racing. You know, that one last lap incident, which unfortunately then led to him resetting the track, which honestly is the reason Senna got hit.
Yep.
There's no way Senna can predict a guy to be 10 miles an hour in the racing line off a very high-speed corner.
No, I don't think he – I mean, obviously, hopefully we'll have Senna's view from that as well. But to me, I don't think that was avoidable. And that's definitely some sort of a penalty for –
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me pull up the results. I got the post-race here. All righty, you want to see if we can get some folks in here for the
Let's
get
do
a
it. You want to hop
Coots,
over to
Denny,
the
and
champ?
Rack next. Let's do it. Let's hop over to where is it? Live. Yep.
Live chat. Yep.
All righty. So let's see. You want to start with P3? We'll see if Rack next wants to come in here.
Sure.
So I do have the results up on the screen there, folks. It goes all the way down to. Well, it doesn't show the DNF by Cine, so it looks like Cine still got 10th. And Lukai, did Lukai Charlie? So it looks like the results might be a little off. I'm not 100%.
Everyone from P10 back DNF'd.
Okay,
the race,
so the 9. Okay, so it just doesn't show it, but
so the top 9 actually finished on track. Senna unfortunately getting caught up in a last lap incident, which was not his fault. That one was not his fault in any which way.
No, so he, unfortunately was involved in something on lap 1 that does look preliminary as his fault, but then the last lap it seems to come back to get him. So unfortunate. Nobody wants to see that, but that seems to be what happened. All right, so it looks like we've got Rack next in here. Welcome, Rack. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
All right, Rack. Tell us from your perspective, coming around those last few corners to see the race leader spin out. What went through your mind at that moment? Like, how close were you to hitting him?
Yeah, I was hoping I would get 2, but somehow managed to come back. Yeah, but I'm still happy with.
I mean, you had a hell of a drive. I mean, coming off the second safety car, where I don't believe you pit it. I mean, you didn't. Am I correct? Did you stay out?
Yeah, I stayed out. Wanted to pit too early.
Yeah, that was pure strategy, I would assume, which paid off for you in the end with a nice P3, maybe even P2 after some stewarding is done. We'll see how that ends up in the end. Vince, have any questions?
No. Congrats, Rack. That was still a really good race. Really exciting. All right, thanks for coming in, man. So let's see if Denny, if you want to up in here, let's ping him.
Something tells me Denny will not join here.
What is his?
I would be frustrated.
There he is. Okay. And yeah, I know you got some questions for Denny. I hope he comes in here. I want to hear what he has to say about the race. Gotta feel good for 99% of it, just like we talked about. 99% of that race was executed just brilliantly, but yeah, half of the last lap.
Oh, so I see in your chat, driver DMV decided to retire because he is a reserve in pits. So let like the main drivers get their points.
Well, that's also, I guess, a bro move, driver. That's how you do it. I mean, you were winning. You're reserving here.
I mean, driver, there are reserve standings, just so you know. So don't
Yeah.
feel too bad. I mean, you finish where you finish, man.
That's right. Alrighty. Well, let's see. Coots, would you like to pop in for an interview? Looks like Denny is not yet declined, but not answering there. So
I could pop up in there and see. Oh, Makut's is in. No.
oh, Denny doesn't speak English. Oh, that's
Well, that would be a good reason why. VC.
there you go.
I don't think I can pull him. Oh, I can. What's
There
up,
you go.
Makut's?
Oh, hello.
All right, let me turn you up
So-
here. There we go.
I have to ask. Coming into the last lap, did you let Denny by knowing you weren't going to win the race to let him finish net P1 on track?
Yeah.
It kind of looked like you just pulled over.
Because the P3, I think, didn't have a penalty, so I didn't want to get caught up in a battle for a win that I wasn't going to take because he had a penalty. And
Fair. And then
let him
unfortunately, we
pass.
saw him get loose coming into like the penultimate corners.
yeah,
Any
it's
like
very, very close to hit.
Oh yeah, it was unfortunately, Senna got nailed by that wreck there in the last few laps too. Now I have to ask, what was your strategy throughout this race? Like, because I know you are in Div 1, so you don't have to say as much as you don't want to. But like going into it, I believe you started on the softs, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he was P1 out of qualifying.
that's right. You ran the 103. You ran the 103.7. Yeah.
Yeah, I got held up on my quali lap as well. Cost me 2/10.
Oof.
A 103.7, and you got held up. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to race this guy tomorrow. We're gonna have to race you tomorrow, Coots. That's not looking
I'm
forward
telling
to
you right
that.
now. I qualify in the back, so that's why I commentate. But no, when you saw him like spinning out, coming around that last few corners, what went through your head in that moment? Like, oh
just
shit, on the
to-
brakes,
it
or
was to just lift and just try and get past him, and then not spin on the final 2 corners.
okay. Any questions for yourself?
No, honestly, it was a really good race. I think that even if it wasn't for those 3 seconds worth of penalties, I think obviously you wouldn't have given up that position. I'm assuming, but
No.
it was really good. Obviously, I think you're really smart for having driven this race today. It puts you in a good mindset for tomorrow. So I look forward to racing you tomorrow, and it was really fun watching you out there. I appreciate you popping in, man.
Cheers for the commentary.
Right on. Alrighty, folks. So that is our broadcast for the day. I still got the results up there. We'll take a look at. We've also got the Div 2 calendar that we can take a look at. Now they've finally got
Which
theirs
is
going up.
slightly different to ours. So everyone, they do race on weekends, or we don't race.
So there's that popping up there if anybody wants to look ahead to this when they're going to race there.
you note after Monza they get a break and then they run the remainder 5.
Ooh,
I
yep, I
do
see that now.
believe we run Division 1 will run. Let me look before I, speak, because it's all been updated and changed. Let me actually go to the website. Calendar. Okay, because Canada got canceled, we will run Austria, Italy. We'll get a break as well.
Let's see. I think I can
They
pull
have
up
their
my
calendars
Div 1
weird.
calendar. Let's see. Champs Div 1 calendar. There we go. So let's compare these two here. Round 3, 5, 9.
They just have them differently, like laid out. No, it looks like we run the same. Because for some reason they show the 2 breaks at the end.
9, 10, and then 9, 18. 9, 12. Yep. So they have a break there, which is the same as our break. So yes, so it is laid out,
It's
but
just weirdly laid out. Okay. But except for when we're running Canada, when we're running Japan, they're running Brazil, I think, right?
I'm not sure. We'll take a look at that. Let's see. And then we should have an updated Division 2 lineup. I don't yet have the updated one just because of kind of the short notice with some new guys that are added in there. But we'll have new standings. I do want to remind everyone of the standings before the race if I've got those. Let's see. Well, maybe I don't have it. There it is. Yep. So Jazza with 18, Beamer 15, Gibbs 13, Kahuna with 10. And then with today's post-race results, it should bring Jazza and Gibbs up and then, of course, provide some more points. Now, it looks like Beamer also is going to move up. So it's going to be pretty interesting how this is going to all shake out because it's been a little bit of a shaky start. I think you'd agree with, a lot of smaller races that led up to this, but we're starting to fill out, and I'm really looking forward to Division 2. It seems like everybody's really close. Been good races. Well, alrighty. Stars, I think that's about all we wrote for Division 2. I
Yep.
look forward
We'll see
to
you guys.
next week and appreciate you
Oh, yeah,
joining
we're
us.
headed to Monza next week, boys and girls.
Love Monza.
Lap 1, corner 1, always gonna have a wreck at Monza no matter what you do.
Yes.
Just expect it.
That's right. Alrighty. Be nice, boys and girls. We'll see you next time. See you later, Stars.
See ya.